Okay. Hello everyone. This is John, the author of the GPFx SMC EA, and this is my first voice recording over a video because there are a few issues I have to address on by voice, by audio. So first of all, I would like to thank my customers or my clients, those who have purchased the previous versions of my EA. I would like to thank everyone for patiently waiting, as I have been working on a new version. It takes time because usually a lot of things change with new versions. I have to come up with a new approach, do new back tests and forward tests, and try and make it as efficient as possible, try and optimize it to use less resources, and make it understandable and more user-friendly, where a user can actually understand what's going on, because the GPFx SMC EA on its own, its uniqueness is based on the fact that it's more than just a trading algorithm. It also serves a purpose of teaching a trader or a beginner or whatever, a beginner and intermediary. It serves the purpose of teaching the user how to trade, or how to do analysis, how to carry out analysis, how to do top-down approaches, how to use low time frame entries over bigger time frame analysis. How to do the entire SMC approach. It would draw the points of interests and serve out alerts when we reach those points of interest, and it goes further down to lower time frames to look for entries. So this GPFx SMC EA on its own, as I was saying, it serves a bigger purpose than just trading automatically. A lot of EAs trade automatically here, but I feel like it's much better if you understand what's happening instead of just letting it operate. I feel like there's need to learn more as AIs or EAs trade, because it's not a secret. Whatever strategies my EA uses, I have explained before that it uses ICT's approaches. Michael J Huddleston, almost in Michael Jordan. Michael J Huddleston's approaches, the ICT, the inner circle trader. I use his approaches for even manual trading myself. I trade using his systems. I've watched a lot of his videos, tried to come up with algorithm, automated high frequency. This one is not high frequency actually. It can be high frequency if you change the settings, but I have chosen to use standard manual day trading approaches, and I've turned them into automated trading, because usually as traders, it turns out that you'd find out that we have working strategies, right? The problem is having to wait for those entry criteria of yours to be met, all of them having to wait. The waiting part is where we fail as traders. So that's where EAs come into place. Now my EA, instead of just waiting, it will show you what it's waiting for. And when that thing arrives in that condition it has been waiting for, like maybe a liquidity sweep, it will draw it for you and show you, this is the liquidity run I've been waiting for. This is what I'm waiting for now. An entry, once it gets the entry, then it draws the entries for you, shows the stop losses and the take profits, and gives out the alerts with at least at the very least a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio, which is what I have never come across with trading algorithms. I'm still yet to see an EA with a bigger risk reward than 0.5 or 1, at least a 1-to-1 RR. I'm still yet to see such an EA. Anyway, I've also come across a lot of piracy. Yes, that's an issue I have to address, or just I have to point it out, because whether it addresses it or not, at least I have pressed it. So I have come across recently this EA, the GPFx SMC EA, has been making a lot of ground, covering a lot of traders, international traders at different parts of the globe. So it's understandable that already there are pirates. There's piracy, there's hacking. People would buy the EA and exploit it. I don't know how they do it. Well, it's a skill. They would purchase the EA and crack it somehow and resell it at very, very low prices. Way, way less than the actual value that this EA holds. It kills the entire worth of the EA. It just dials it down totally. It would seem as if the GPFx SMC EA costs $35, which is I don't know how to put this, because well, that's just sad, because all the work that I put into developing my EA and like occasionally putting out updates, monitoring its performance, trying to like come up with remedies and fix the bugs, all the work that I put into this, these lines of codes, coming up with multiple versions until deciding which one to actually put out, which can be profitable for traders out there. All of that is not worth that little, and it's not even worth the prices that I've been putting out. The EA on its own is worth way more than what these hackers price it online in their websites. So they would get the EA and patch it. I don't know how they patch it. Apply DLL files to bypass the initialization, like security features, and then I don't know whether it operates correctly, but the issue, the disrespectful thing is when someone would go to a hacker and buy a cracked EA, and after that they come to me for help to install the EA, or with questions on how to operate the EA to a point where they end up requesting for set files. You see, that's a low blow. The audacity to actually come to a developer and tell him, I need you to give me instructions on how to use this thing that I just bought from a pirate. I just pirated it. Help me install it. Like, where is your moral compass? Like, are you even sane enough to actually like do that and expect a response from me? So those are the issues that I'm facing. But yeah, it's part of the online, that's how it is. You develop things, games are developed and they are cracked, so it's just part of this online marketplace, whatever it is. So today I will be launching the much anticipated GPFx SMC EA version 3.0. I know it's been a long time. I have been working on this one for the longest time, and it's not complex. It is not complex, even though it's been a long time developing it. It is not complex. It is actually one of the easiest approaches I have come up with, because right now we have a trend filter. That's one of the changes. We have, oh, by the way, I paused here. I just put, I'm showing my code here for the EA. You see, it's actually easy to come up with. I mean, to code, but to come up with the logic it is not easy, trust me. Yeah, you can maybe just learn a few things. I know there's someone in my channel who's trying to learn how to identify liquidity runs. Here's the code, my guy. You can actually benchmark from here and start using it, and that's not a problem at all. So this version 3.0, it comes with a lot of features. Let me have to pause this recording here. Sorry about that. Okay, as I was saying, this EA, it comes with a lot of new conditions, trend filters, and the entire approach has been like, I've tried to like make it as simple as possible while avoiding fake setups, which an EA, once you feed it with variables, it will just look for those setups without actually like seeing that this entire price movement wasn't what it is not a tradable movement. Anyway, I will be narrating as I'm demonstrating the new version 3.0, and trust me, it is different from version 2.0 and version 1.0. It uses a trend filter, and we use a daily. For this demonstration, I'm going to use a daily. And people have been asking me why I keep using backtests instead of like a real forward tests. The funny thing about me, I am more of a programmer than a trader. I take a lot of time programming. I program for a living, and trading is the second source of income. Yeah, and I'm also a student, so the reason why I decided to go into programming is because it's not easy to like trade while you are a student, having to wait for setups and stuff. You don't have that much time to actually be a full-time profitable trader. That is why I ventured into programming, and then once I ventured into programming and automating trading algorithms, I got so hooked to the point that I ended up losing interest in trading and just focusing on coding. I would code profitable EAs, complex EAs, and not use them. I would develop complex EAs and just sell them without actually knowing if in the forward tests they are profitable or not, because in the back tests that I run, I would see that this one is actually got the potential to kill the market, to actually break through and be profitable, and then I would just sell it instead of using it for myself. Like, if only I was like selfish enough to like develop an EA and afterwards just keep it to myself and use it for myself. But I am not that selfish. I just develop it and then sell it. Yes, I get paid for my work and my time and my skills, but it's sort of like generous that I develop price action EAs and give them out for such low prices. And also it's funny that I don't use them. Yes, I don't use my own supply, but how I trade, I would plug my EAs and get alerts, receive alerts from them, and observe as they get to those points how they operate in the forward tests. I would be paying attention to the news, how they affect them, and the economic news, how they affect the EA's performance in real time instead of just the back tests. And then once I get those alerts, I would observe. I don't observe to trade. No, I observe so that I can take note of the areas that I need to improve in my EA. My focus is just making one of the best EAs with very huge risk reward, price action, and less indicators. Yes, right now for trend filtering, I'm using an indicator. I have tried several approaches of filtering trend without an indicator, and they take a very long time to have confluence. So the EA will take a long time before opening positions. And a buyer, when someone purchases my EA, they expect to be in positions market open. So I've tried to compensate for that by using this secret indicator. It will only be available, it will only be seen by those who purchase the EA. Obviously, I'm not going to share my secret trend filtering indicator. Yes, but it is there and it operates on the daily time frame. It will only be seen by a user of the EA who will be running the EA in the strategy tester. Once you plug the EA into your MT5 chart, it will not load the indicator, but I will tell you which indicator to get from the market, from the MQL5 market. Yes, and also it will come also with the MT4 version as well. Those who have purchased the previous versions, MT5, they get the MT5 version. Here's the update for free. Currently the update, this version 3.0 will be $300, version 2.0 is $200, and version 1.0 is $100. That's the pricing. Those who purchased version 1.0 and version 2.0, just send me an email with your proof of payment, or I'll just scroll through the email and see if I've sent you a previous version, and then I'll just forward the version 3.0 immediately without any further payment. But if you want MT4 version, you have to pay for it. You only get the MT5 update, but for the MT4 it's $300 because it's starting from version 3.0. So without further ado, I've taken up a lot of time. Yes, let's dive into the back tests and yeah, and see how it operates. We are using a daily trend filter. We are opening setups in the 5-minute time frame. I'll just turn off the 15-minute time frame for now so that we don't open multiple trades at once. These are the inputs. We have swing length here for the swing highs that we want to target for liquidity runs. And this one is for the entries. This one is for the how far back we want to target those liquidity runs so that we don't trade setups that have been there for a very long time. We have 5-minute setups here, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, up to 1 hour, and using a daily time frame, the daily trend filter, or the 4-hour. But for now, I've just decided to use, for the backtest that I've been running, I've been using the daily trend filter and the 5-minute trend filter, and also the 15-minute setups also, they work fine with the daily trend filter, but I'll just use the 5-minute for the purpose of not having multiple trades running, which will like go against the entire risk percentage. Now this equilibrium condition, these are the settings which are, these are the developer settings actually. I'll have to turn them off before taking out before releasing the EA. These settings here, they have to be left on default because they are the best settings for the liquidity runs and the SMC entries. Yes, they are the best settings. Now, the entry condition, you can enter by the change of character, inefficiencies, fair value gaps, or you enter immediately on breakouts to avoid being left out where price will just break and then not come back to your inefficiency or your fair value gap for your entry. Or you can enter on inefficiencies, but I prefer the entering immediately on the breakouts. It has a wider stop loss, yes, but most entries, most setups, you don't miss out. The idea is to capture as many setups as possible. You have a big stop loss, but the take profit, even though you have that big stop loss, the take profit is still far enough that you can get 1 to 5 risk reward using a robot, using an EA, and using an expert advisor. You get 5 RR, you get 3 RR consistently. You lose, you win, you get 2. You lose, you win, you get 5. That's 5 RR plus 2 RR, that's 7 RR, and you've lost 2. That means you've got 5 net profit. That's the idea behind bigger than 3 risk reward. Now, risk percentage here, just use automatic. This is your risk percentage, 0.5%, and then take profit. Yes, we're going to put the take profit at the swing high or low. I'm stretching it so that we have a bigger risk reward, or you can put it at the equilibrium. Equilibrium would be at 50%, which you can set here, equilibrium percentage. And that's the line between the premium and the discount. Or you can just use risk reward ratio and strictly put like maybe 1 to 3, 1 to 2 risk reward. I'm just going to go for the swing high or swing low. Now you can split the partials, but I'm just going to put it off for now. And then you can set where the profit is using partials. And then this is for risk reward TP. This input, I have to move it here for the risk reward, yes. And then ATR stop, yes. Just I'm using the ATR just to measure the stop loss from the swing high, or from the high or low, which we'll be using for our entries. So I can just put 5 here or 3 here, just to give it where to go, where to put the stop loss, like a bit, just a few pips above the high. I can't use pips because people, like my clients, use different brokers, so the pip values and the calculations, they are different. So but with ATR is the same across Bitcoin, USD, JPY, Nasdaq is the same. Derivative indices, volatilities, oil is the same. The ATR will still measure that range. Now here we have alerts for entry for conditions, break even and trading stops. They are there. I'm just going to turn them off for now for the purpose of back testing, just to see how the EA performs. We're going to have trades which go to profits and come back. We're going to have trades which go to profits and hit trailing stops. Yes, we're going to have those trades which just enter and go into losses. We're going to have those trades which enter and hit take profits right away. So yeah, those are the condition, the inputs, and these are the graphic inputs here, where you can set the colors for your EA, for your drawings, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'm just gonna randomly choose a pair here, and we'll see. Go for any random date here. I'll just use pick a number between 1 and 10. I'll go 7, so I'll go to 2017. Okay, let's go 2017, and then what 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017. Which month? My favorite season. Okay, I will go 2017. My name is John, so I'd go July, June. Oh, John and June and John. That's close. So I'll go July. What's the date today? Is the 25th. So let's go to July 25th. I mean June 25th. Oh, that's a Sunday. It's not gonna work. Okay, let's just start here. It doesn't matter. And then June 25th. Euro GBP. Yes, we have so many pairs here that we're gonna test, just to see how, because I don't want to curve fit. I don't want to pick the way it is winning. Like, I know there are points where it would be winning, I know there are points where it would be losing, so I'm just going to pick randomly so we can see and test and see why it's losing, why it's winning, like maybe just try and understand it together. So here we go. Euro GBP, that's the leverage, and let's make sure it's visualizing so I can explain what's happening, and then let's start the back test and see what's happening. Okay, excuse me, why is it not doing now? Is it downloading? I don't know. I'll open it again. Open MT5 and just try and run the strategy tester. For some reason it's not doing. Oh, it's still downloading the history. Damn it. That's gonna take long. Okay, let's go today. But not today, obviously. Let's just go September. Okay, let's go last year. June. That was June 25th on a Saturday. I hope it has the history here. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let's try again. Let's go June. Yes, let's just go one of the ones up here. I think Euro USD, it has the history. Does it? My goodness. Okay, that was disappointing. I'll just wait for it. Just wait for it. Strategy tester. Where is it? Oh, it is not here. Okay, what can I do now? It's failing to run backtest now. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. What? So it's running for GBP. Wow. Okay. Then why is it not running for EU? There you go. Okay, let's go. According to our EA, we have bullish daily bias, so we are going to be looking for buy setups only. How do you identify a buy setup? You have a low here. This low pushes price up, takes out this high here. Once you have this and you have a bullish buy setup, you're going to wait for price to take out this low here. You see this low here? Once price takes it out, you want a breakout to the upside and you are in your position. So I will just come here. This is the setup here. You see, this is the buy setup here. So I can just come here to June 20 to just show you if, I don't know if it's going to draw it or not, but you just come here to June 20th and see if it is going to draw that setup here. Oh, it was still bearish. The bias was still bearish here, so it can't take that setup. I'll just let it run so we can see how it formulates, or it comes up with setups every now and then. So I'll just let it run. We are bearish here, so we took out this high here. There's an inducement. We take it to the upside. We took out this high here. We are bearish. Took out this high inducement, and then we take sells after breaking to the downside. A change of character, and then you go down. And now let's see, where's the bias? Bias is still bearish. Still waiting. Let's see. Let's see what happens. 5% risk. Yes, our bias here was still bearish. So it was still bearish. Okay, still had bearish bias, and then this is what happened here. We took out this high. Actually, for the current settings that I'm running, we are bearish, and I'm using very tight swing highs and swing lows for some reason. If I was to increase it, we would mark, I prefer it if it marked this high here as our inducement here. This high as our inducement, and this low as our BOS to the downside, showing the bearish swing low, like bearish break to the downside here, 5-minute break of structure down. This is our 5-minute buy side liquidity. Instead, it could be here, and it's easy to configure it. You just go into your settings, inputs here. You can increase the swing length here so that the swing length is bigger. You just increase the swing length, and then you can also increase you come here, and then you increase the range size. So it's the range size here. Here, 50. I put it to 50. But yeah, this one is fine, and then you can just increase this one here. Not too. Yeah, this one here. I can increase this one here, and then you have a bigger range size here. Just to demonstrate, so that if my users can be able to use the EA properly. That was a nice setup, by the way. Remember, it was randomly picked. And then I can just come here and increase this range size here to make me at least go to 50, and then I can increase the swing length here to like maybe, let's say, just 100 candles to the left and to the right. And then let's see if it's going to like mark for bigger swing highs and swing lows, instead of just the normal the small ones. For those small ones are for scalping, honestly. I don't prefer them. I prefer the big ones because they have bigger risk reward ratio. They have bigger reward. Yes. So let's go. Let's see what happens now. This video is long. I apologize. My apologies. It's a very long video because it's a video of I'm launching a new version of my EA, so I have to make sure people understand the logs, what has changed from the difference between the previous version and the new version. The reason behind the price increase, obviously, yes, and also the price increases with the demand. So this is one of it. Can you see here? This is the low here. We take out this low. Yeah, we have a high here. This is inducement here, and this is also another high. This is inducement. That's another inducement there. And then after we take out this low, and then this high here, we firstly break to the downside to show a continuation of the bearish trend, right? And then after that, when we break to the downside, we have sellers coming in, obviously, and trailing stops are moving as well. And one would take a position here and put the stop loss above this high here or above that high, and then price comes back, takes out the high, and then after taking out that high, we have a break of market structure shift, whatever it is, a break of structure to the downside. We had an inefficiency. If I was using inefficiency entries for the imbalance, we would have opened a position here. Once price came up here and filled this fair value gap, it would have opened a position here with the stop loss above it. But now you just opened a position from this breaking below here, and then stop loss is above this high, a few ATR points above that. So that's the entry. It didn't mark it here. I haven't marked it here. I didn't set the EA to market. I'll put that on request. I've been working on this for a very long time, so I've left some things out just for the purpose of just to finish up, so that anyway, we take out this buy side liquidity, and then we change to the downside. This is a simple textbook ICT: liquidity, inducement, and a break of structure down and an entry. This is ICT 2022 mentorship. All right. Where is our entry, our take profit? Our stop loss is up there. Our take profit is here, because I believe we're in the bearish daily bias. But for the safest take profit, which is always a hit, at least 90% of the times, is at the equilibrium, 50%. Take your Fibonacci and just draw 50%. That's your take profit. If you are using here, no, not here, that's if I can't change now. If you can either use risk reward ratio for take profit, or you can use swing high or low, or you can use equilibrium. So if you are using equilibrium here, your take profit will be Fibonacci here, there up to there, 50% midway. That's the equilibrium. This is the discount. That's the premium. And then let it play out. And then that's your take profit hit. But our take profit is down there, just for demonstration purposes, that if you were in a daily bearish bias, according to my indicator, we would smash the TP easily if we were in a bearish setup. Now, if we are using 50% equilibrium, we have hit the TP. If we are trailing, you have obviously secured or take profits. If you're using partials, you have obviously taken some partials from your position and moved your stops to the entries. Now let's see how it plays out. And we can, from here, after this trade is closed, we'll move to a random date as well again and look for an entry there and see how it plays out randomly. hopefully, this time around is in the bullish bias, so I have to set it that once it turns bullish, you can close our sell positions if we are in the sell positions, right? Because the condition has now turned bullish, so market is going up now. Okay, let's see if we can have a bullish setup, a buy setup. I want a buy setup, a breakout, and then a run below the low, and then we can continue up. The only high we can take out, the only low we can sweep liquidity is here. So if it doesn't sweep this liquidity, it won't be able to pick up a trade. So let's see, it's still moving. Okay, let's go. Okay, this trade, is taken out. We can clearly understand why. The bias has turned bullish. It's supposed to close trades when the bias turns bullish. That's okay. It's very easy to put that in the code. We are running backtest now. I am introducing the new EA. What matters is the entry and also the management, the money management. Also the take profits, that's what matters. And also just the analysis entirely, that also matters. That's what I'm trying to introduce here. So maybe someone can actually learn how to trade by watching my videos instead of buying my EA. That is totally fine. We are here to learn, and all of us, we want to make money in the long run. So here we have bullish bias. After having that bullish bias here, I can show you something here. We take out this. You break to the upside here, the bullish bias, then you take out this low inducement here, and then you buy to the upside. You see, but this one is not a position that I would open because it would be very small in terms of profit. Profit will be very small. Okay, that's a very nice setup. Now let's go to a totally different. Okay, this time around, let's change, just for demonstration. Let's use a different take profit target, and then let's go for a different pair altogether. GBP/USD. Where can I go? Last year. Let's go to the beginning of last year. Let's just go to the beginning of last year. GBP/USD. And then profit at equilibrium, yes, 50%, or just for the for convenience, let's just go with the nearest swing, higher low, just to show you that it can actually work for higher take profits, for higher risk reward. When you have, if supposedly here we'd have a better trend, a steep trend would guarantee bigger profits, obviously. So let's go here. And our settings are the same, nothing changes. And then let's just start and see. GU is not okay. This one is okay, it's working. Here our bias is bullish. Our indicator is showing a bullish daily bias. Okay. And what happens? We take out this low right there immediately. This is good. This is a nice one. You see this one? We have a bullish bias, and price breaks to the upside. After that, we're waiting for an inducement. Yes, of course, we've had a break up to the upside, but we cannot take a trade until we have this low being swept, this low being swept as well. We cannot take a trade until that happens. So we wait, and then what happens? We have sell side liquidity taken out. We know we are bullish bias. We're going to take out the buy side liquidity. Okay, so if we zoom in here, we are entering immediately when price breaks out this high here. When this candle closes, that's our entry. We are in. We go in long For now, I have turned off the trailing stops. Okay, this was good. It's moving nicely. If we have trailing stops, we have already hit the trailing stops. We have hit equilibrium here, 50%, and we have hit, we've almost hit TP. I don't know if it's gonna hit. And we have hit partials as well. This is a very nice setup. This is close to, you see how big that stop loss is? 27 pips for 90 pips. You see, that's at least 1 to 3 risk reward ratio with a very safe stop loss. Yeah, that one was nice. We've taken out the buy side liquidity. Now we are waiting for a breakout to the upside. We have broken up here. This is a breakout to the upside. See if price can actually take out some liquidity and continue with our rally to the upside. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. This was actually buy side, sell side liquidity right here. Taken out. What the hell is it? What am I recording? Sell side taken out right here. You have to break up to the upside, and then this is supposed to be an entry. Most probably, because I have increased the swing length in the settings. So we have this was definitely an entry in the bullish bias. Okay, let me show you what I mean. This was on the 20 or the 5th of January. So you can just come here and then go to inputs, and then instead of using the big one, just go to 50. The one that I've been using all along. Go to 50, and then let's see how it runs. Let's see how it runs. And then here you can just go with just a small one, just to show when you have a nice trend like this. When you have a nice trend like this, you can open positions, like even with these small little pullbacks, small breakout, and then a small little swing high here, then an inducement below it, and then this can be an entry as well on the on the 30th of December right here, and this right here as well could be another entry. The idea is to wait for a breakout, then an inducement below the breakout, and then an entry going along, as long as our bias is bullish. So why don't we start our tests from the 30th of December, just to show how it was operating here, how it operates on its own. This is how I'll be running my back tests. Yes, from here I will further run back tests throughout an entire year to see the performance. I will do that and then show the graph and show the backtest results. I'm yet to do that. I have never done that already with this version. I will do that and just record it in here and see how it goes. For now, I'll just have to make sure that the EA is operating properly, is picking up the correct trades before I can backtest without looking at the visuals. I have to first backtest and look at the visuals and see whether it's doing exactly the way I would open my positions. Yes, that's the idea. So we have buy side here, it didn't mark it. Okay. No, I mean sell side, didn't mark it, that's okay. Okay, let's see how it operates now. Bullish bias is still being confirmed. We are breaking to the upside, confirming the bullish bias. Okay. So we have liquidity here, we have liquidity here as well. This is sell side liquidity, and here is also sell side liquidity. You see these equal lows here. That's definitely sell side. See the sell side taken out here, but it didn't open a position for some reason. It didn't actually market for some reason. Okay, that's okay. We'll go with what we have. I'll just play around with the settings and make the best set files before releasing the EA. I'll actually do more videos. I'll just check the settings and fix it and come up with the set files, and then I can give out the set files which will accommodate even the small liquidity runs like this ones. These are minor inducements which are actually profitable because we are in a good trend. You see, for now the EA is going for the big, very big inducements which will give a huge risk reward. For this one, it's a minor inducement here. The take profit would have been here, but the stop loss is big. That's the thing, is we have a huge stop loss and a small take profit because it's a minor inducement, but it's still okay because we're in a bullish trend. So we need those setups to gather up a lot of profits and make the most of a bullish daily bias, which we have now. This one, we've already seen this one. We've already seen this one. Can it skip forward to the next setup? Let's see how it goes for the next setup. We've already seen this one, I believe. I want another one. I want to see how it works on another. Setup, and then we can close this one, GBP/USD, and then we go to another totally different pair, different date, different date. This is how I trade, and I believe also this is how someone would trade manually. Just open a chart, look for an entry, close it, get a win or lose, go to another setup, go to another chart. Back tests are best tested in like different pairs, not in just one instrument, because it could be biased just towards that instrument. Yes, and then once a client purchases your EA, it doesn't perform in other instruments as well. So it's best to run back tests in random instruments to see how it will just perform. It just picks into instruments and setups randomly just to see how it would perform. Okay, that's another entry. That's nice. That is very nice entry. We still have bullish buyers, remember. Oh, that's good. If we have break even here, we are out already in the break even. And if we have equilibrium, we are out already from the equilibrium. 50% here, closed at equilibrium. I don't know. I don't think it has reached 50% yet. This is from here up to there is 1,000 pips, 100 pips, so that's around 50. Equilibrium is here at 50. Yeah, so you see at equilibrium is here. We've hit TP, but at what cost? We have it would be a 1-to-1 risk reward here. You see, this stop loss is very far away, but when we're using that swing high profit for this entry mode, the stop loss is far, but at least we still have at least a 1-to-3 or 1-to-2, 2.5 RR for this particular setup, because we put that TP at the highest swing high. If we are using inefficiency entries for entering at the fair value gaps, here remember we entered at a breakout to the upside. Once price closes above this high, we open a position and put the stop loss below the low. If we are using entries of fair value gaps or inefficiencies, this would have been our entry. Our pending order would have been here. You see now it didn't take this trade because it didn't come back here. Let's see. Maybe it comes back here and taps after taking out this liquidity here. It's already taken out this liquidity, inducement here, breakout, and then we've turned the inducement and taken out. I think it's just gonna go up. If it doesn't, if it rallies down, it has to like tap on this inefficiency here and continue going up. That's if it doesn't go up already from this inducement here. Okay, let's see how it goes. See how it goes. Can I be quicker, please? You see now we didn't have, if we're using fair value gaps, we would not be in a position right now. We wouldn't have a trade. But let's see, we have a breakout, and then we have this low here. We might take out this low as an inducement and fill this fair value gap here. If not, taking out this low here as an inducement. And then after finally taking out the lows, we can, let's see, can it go up to profits and take out that TP? Let's see how it goes. Because we still have bullish daily bias, by the way, until we don't. Yeah, this one was good as well. This one was okay. We've taken out the lows, the inducements, and then we can go up and take out that sell side liquidity. I mean the buy side liquidity. Oh, does it though? I don't know. As I can see, it's stalling. Here you can see what's happening here. This is equal highs, inducing people to go short right here before taking out that liquidity. You see? This is equal highs, inducing sells. It's definitely going to smash that TP and take out this liquidity. See how it goes. It's definitely got to smash. You see, this is more equal highs right here. Equal highs as well. See how it goes. As long as you have confidence in your approach and your analysis, then you have nothing to worry about. There you go. Take out the TP. Smashed. You see, I've taken out that liquidity as well. While doing that, taking out the TP. So this is, you can see the brains behind the GPFx SMC EA is being done by someone who actually understands the liquidity inducement, the ICT SMC approaches. I am not only coding an EA. I'm not just coding an EA for the sake of coding. I code an EA based off years of experience of what I've learned trading and what I've learned from ICT himself. I wasn't his student, but I've learned from his YouTube, and I've backtested and I've seen that his concepts, they work. And if I can automate them to the finest perfection, this EA is not perfect. It's not perfect, but if one can automate his concept to the finest perfection, then you are going to kill brokers, because this one is very very good. You see here we have inducement here. This could be another entry long after this inducement, but it's not taking minor inducements here. Why? Because it's going for the big ones to have a big take profit. Like you can see, after the inducement and you have a breakout to the upside, that's an entry long, and then you have profits. Okay, this video is becoming too long now. I will again, to my current subscribers, my current users of the GPFx SMC EA, I've been gone for a very long time, not releasing updates. Yeah, my apologies about that. I'm sorry for the delay, and I want to be more engaging, and I've actually opened a Telegram group where I want everyone to join, my users. And I'm also going to open a free group for just anyone, my subscribers on YouTube, or anyone who sees my content, and they can come into my Telegram and see the performance of my EA and see if it's actually as good as I say it is before they can purchase it. And then also, my users, those who purchase the EA, would have access. They will be automatically enrolled into the VIP group where we would share our results as well. We don't share signals. We don't need to share signals. We get our signals from our EA, so we don't need to share signals. Do we even need a VIP group? Well, I think we do. Yeah. I'll just also create a VIP group where we'll share our results. I will actually send updates in there as well myself. I will share my positions, my trades as well. I want to journal my trading with you. Like I said before, I have been more of a programmer than a trader. My focus has been entirely towards programming. So when it's like that, I don't know firsthand how the EA is performing when you are using it. And that's unfair towards my buyers, because I have to be up to date with my EA performance real time and communicate with my buyers, communicate with my clients, my users who see potential in the EA, so they can also be encouraged to forward constructive criticism towards me and tell me, no, here I think we can do this and this to make it better this way. We can do news filters here, because for now I think it doesn't matter where the news are. News usually are to take out the liquidity, and after we take out the liquidity, we continue with our buyers. So that's when the EA will pick a trade after we have those news effect having already been put in place, or if we are already in a position. If we're already in a position and there's a new release, high economic impact news, you would see price taking out the buy side liquidity when we are in a sell buyers. You would be in a sell trade, and then price will just drop and take out the buy side liquidity as news, as an impact of the economic news. But when you look at it from an institutional perspective, you would see that economic news are actually what we need. You should not turn off your EAs or your trading on economic news, because economic news are what we need to take out the liquidity and open positions. Anyway, that would be all. I think that would be all for the introduction of this new version 3.0, and I will put a link to my Telegram and my email in the description for those who want to contact me, and we can start with right now I am open to suggestions, as I have not yet released this version. Yes, it is already ready and is working properly, but there are a few add-ons which I am open to adding into the EA. Like, for instance, I can add an option where we can set our magic numbers manually for so that they can be different from my magic number, can be different from your magic number. I can add an input field where a user can add their comments into the EA, so that it can be different from my comments when the EA opens trades for instance, for a prop firm challenge. I want to optimize it for preference such that I can add an input for the maximum drawdown as well, to avoid being closed out to avoid failing a prop firm challenge as well. I'm definitely going to add that input as well before I can sell this one to my first, before I can release it and forward it to those who have purchased it already. I have to just forward an update. I know one of them out there is a hacker, and they're going to get a free version of the 3.0, and they're going to crack it, and then they're going to resell it. it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, but I'll just try and like make it a bit secure and avoid the hacking. You cannot protect your work from hackers, that's for sure. The hackers are always there. Even big firms, games, software firms, companies, they are hacked on a daily, pirated. There's piracy everywhere. So all I'm saying is avoid buying pirated stuff, because now you don't have access to my groups. You don't have access to my groups. You can't communicate with me for help on how to like maybe change the settings for the particular week given the performance of the EA for the previous week. You're just going to cost yourself more, because you don't have support from the owner of the EA who understands it way better than anyone else out there. Anyway, I think I will be signing off now, and yeah, happy trading. Let's just happy I have blues for this week. I just want blues for this week, and I believe we are going to have so many setups because I've optimized this EA to like have a lot of entries. I'm going to make a set file for scalping and a set file for long-term trading, which would be going for bigger swing highs with bigger risk reward, of course, and a set file for scalping, which will go for just moderate small swing highs and swing lows, and just be scalping, going for 1-to-1 risk reward, 1-to-2 risk reward, 1-to-1.5 risk reward ratio. So yeah, that's the set file. I think that's the only thing we have to change, as apart from our risk percentage and our maximum drawdown. The settings that I can give you is for scalping and for long-term holding, long-term trading, intraday trading. So yeah, those are the set files that I include in the package for this version 3.0. With that being said, I will now run blind back tests, yes, and then upload that video next. After this video, I believe I will be uploading, I will be having backtest results for just over maybe a year period or 2 years period, and then I can see where it needs improvement and where it's lacking, where it's perfect, where it's moderately performing, and then I can just see how to make it better if it's not already. Okay, let me stop the recording. This is Hape, or John, as many of you may call me. My name's Hape is, GPFx is Hape. FX is short for Hape. That's why GPFx SMC EA. So I will be signing off, and thank you for your time.